Peter.
My name is Peter Schummelfeg. I'm a resident since 2001. And I believe what I have to speak on, I didn't hear your agenda, but I think Mr. Silk, you gave me a call.
I just told you that
That item was not on the agenda.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the agenda.
Okay,
what you proposed to me.
And I can speak on it. I'm also a local realtor, and I am just here to speak to the board briefly on a potential client that we have that's looking at one of the commercial parcels here. So dear board members and Lake Don Pedro Community Services District, my name is Nick Martini, and I'm writing to voice my support for a proposal possibly to rescind a prohibition on new connections to the water district by properties located outside of the MID place of use. I'm currently investigating the purchase of commercial property located outside the MID POU, but inside the district boundaries. A big factor in my decision to proceed will be whether I can get water from the district. Since I plan to develop a small business on the parcel and will make a large investment in this business, the additional cost of drilling a well combined with the uncertainty about a water supply could create enough risk for me not to proceed in this location. If I could have access to the water district, then I feel fairly confident that I would proceed with my project. My business idea is to set up a solar array to generate electricity for use in electricity-intensive applications. Setting up this array will have beneficial impacts to the community since a plentiful supply of electricity will mean less risk of brownouts, cheaper electricity for others. Furthermore, solar-generated electricity provides an essential input for development without hampering the environment. And if my investment hypothesis is correct, then this venture will generate local tax revenue, which again will benefit the community. I hope that you will consider these arguments in the decision-making process moving forward and come to the conclusion that removing the prohibition is good for the county. Thank you.
Mr. President, I guess we can put that on the next agenda if appropriate.
Can we ask a question?
Can't ask questions.
Hold on. What I would suggest, sir, is that you contact the office and work with the general manager. Okay. So, okay, thank you, sir.
Don't put it on the next agenda.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other public comment?
Yeah. Let's see. And this kind of ties in what this gentleman was speaking about. Years ago, we raised a bunch of public funds which were accumulated through the passage of a Proposition 218 that raised the customer water rates. But never were customers told that money would be used to develop a groundwater substitution program for private land developers outside the MID POU. Never were customers told their entitled subdivision would be funding greater profit margins for outside developers while restrictive water conservation measures withered and destroyed years of valuable landscaping. Recently, even you, Board President Danny Johnson, made a clear point to the public, stating that the district was not planning further service expansion outside the legal place of use. Yet I would ask everyone to take a look at page 28 of today's agenda. Tasking our pro-expansion engineering firm, which has been pushing expansion since 10 years before the district was even established, with calculating how much more groundwater could be diverted outside the legal place of use, sounds like preparation for further expansion to me. Absolutely duplicitous. Wes Barton has said this before. The board actually encourages customers to contact state authorities with complaints due to their failure to ask tough questions and demand truthful answers from their chosen GM treasurer. I have asked for several months without a response. Why does this board believe water-entitled customers should pay for expensive special benefit groundwater substitution for land developers outside the legal place of use. Considering this most recent state violation notice, which is primarily concerned with monthly POU reporting failures, which you, Director Ross, have been notoriously involved in the past, perhaps all unanswered customer questions should be directed or redirected to appropriate state authorities, rather than a non-responsive board led by an obvious special interest motivated GM and his supporters. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I was asked by several people from outside who have properties over here, have houses over here, but did not live here over here. When was the last time the fire hydrants were tested? And can we get a copy of the test results? And one of the customers is an attorney, and he basically told me, if we have a problem and our house burns or anything else, he's going to sue the board individually and the board in the district for damages. Because I have no idea, he calls, he wants to know when was the last time the fire hydrants were tested. Does the board know? Do we have any paperwork? Do you?
We can't answer any questions.
I know, that's what I said, do you? And we need an answer, please. Can I get a copy of this report then? At the earliest convenience, please, so I can report them? Cindy, how soon can I get a copy of the report of the fire
You
hydrant being
would
tested?
probably have to put in a public records request.
Pardon me?
You'd have to put in a public records
Fine.
request and follow that process.
Right, but how long would it take? I called the CAL FIRE, and the CAL FIRE said they have no records. For at least 10 years, the fire hydrants were tested, period. I know we have one across from us, and I haven't even said, we've been here for many years, I've never seen one being tested.
Any other public comment?
I'll make one more.
Yes, sir.
I've never come to one of these board meetings before. As I mentioned earlier, I have lived here since '01. I didn't expect to hear this much public pushback for what I think is just an unbelievably saving job that this board has done for this community. We were ranked as one of the top trouble areas for the way that the drought has hit this area because of the number of houses and the fact that we relied on a lake that was running down. I think this board did a fabulous job in curbing the damage, shutting down this community, finding alternative sources for water, using grant powers from the Fed, directing that money into wells on property that is already controlled within our HOA here. I think that was a fabulous piece of maneuvering that went through for 3 or 4 years. I don't understand, however, I am open to understanding why this board gets a lot of pushback that I hear, but I don't think it's fully founded. And as far as I'm concerned, the $51 I pay for standby, it should be more. Okay, this is California.
You're not paying enough if you're paying 51.
That's what I pay for standby, sir. And I own 4 lots, so, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you. As long as it